Hello everyone and happy holidays from us here at First Sip at Elevated Beer, Wine, and Spirits in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. I'm Matt, this is Tom, and today we've got some holiday beers here in front of us. We're going to chat through a few of these and taste one of them. We know that many of you have holiday gatherings coming up, whether that be with friends or family. And if you are charged with picking up some booze to bring along, we've got some great options here for you. So Tom, let's start over by you with the aptly named for how cold it's been in Minnesota, Burr Hoppy Red Ale. Tell us about it.
Yeah, right on the nose with the name there. Actually, kind of getting to be a classic winter seasonal Burr. A lot of people go to this one from Portland, Widmer. Been making this beer for a while. Being a little bit hoppier, it's a little bit of a difference than a lot of the ones we'll look at. Tends to be a season of malt and darker beers, so a little bit lighter, but with that hop, kind of a pleasant taste to it. Very popular.
Yeah, so something for the hop heads during this holiday season of malty, spicy beers. Moving up front out of Oklahoma from Prairie Artisan Ales, we have Christmas Bomb Imperial Stout with Spices. What can you tell us about it?
Prairie's very well regarded for their stouts, both the Bomb and the Noir series. This is one of their variants for Christmas, has some of that Christmas spice. One of the best stouts around on the shelf, in my opinion, is the Bomb, and this is their Christmas version, so you can have a fun one there, and one of the best stouts.
So that's a nice slow sipper for you.
Yep.
And speaking of slow sippers that you might enjoy by a fire, we've got Old Friend Winter Warmer from Indeed right here in Minneapolis. I like to refer to this beer as gingerbread in a glass. Tom, what's your take on it?
Yeah, the ginger spice there, with good maltiness. They use a nice kind of quasi-Belgian yeast on this one that kind of really makes the malt shine. I appreciate that. But it's not kind of an estery beer at all. You're definitely getting those rich malt flavors. The ginger sets it off nicely. It tastes really good this time of year.
Old Friend's a great beer to drink with an old friend.
Sure.
Over here, we've got a beer that, being from Ohio originally...
You're familiar with this
Yes, yes, I'm familiar with this one, and this one will drive any Ohioan into a frenzy. We've got Christmas Ale from Great Lakes Brewing in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, probably the biggest Christmas seasonal here for us the last few years. An addictive beer. It is dangerously potable. 7.5% alcohol. You won't taste any of that. You'll just taste that nice ginger, that kind of caramelized malt, with the sweetness that goes down so nice. Similar to the Old Friend, but this one coming from Great Lakes, two great examples of kind of that Christmas ginger style beer. Not overpowering, kind of that sweet ginger. It's really nice.
Yeah. And then moving along to a one that sounds really, really nice to me, we've got 9 Ladies Dancing from the brewery. Tell us about it, Tom.
Couldn't wait to get his singing chops on the first sip. 9 Ladies. Wanted to feature this one just because we haven't really talked about the brewery much. Making fantastic beers out in California. This one is part of a seasonal lineup where they're doing 12 different beers to kind of play on that song. This is a kind of a sweeter stout. A really great entry point into the brewery beers. They have a ton of different, unique, and interesting, and really high quality beers in the bomber format. Relatively new to distribution here in Minnesota, so check out the full lineup there. But this would be a great one on a Christmas table as well.
And finally, the beer that we're going to be first sipping today, we've got Christmas Ale from Anchor Brewing in San Francisco. This is the 42nd edition of Christmas Ale, so a little bit different each year. They've been making it since 1975. Tom, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, Anchor's been around forever. 42nd edition of this. That's awesome. Every year a little bit different. 6.5% ABV on this one this year. That's all we know. So we thought it'd be a good thing to first sip for you here, give you a little taste of this. It's also very cool, coming in the Magnum format with a little gift card there. If somebody's on your nice list, you give them the nice big Magnum. If they're on the naughty list,
boom.
Give them a little single. We have 6-packs and, of course, the singles of everything we sell. So cool bottle, looks great on the Christmas table or underneath the tree.
Yeah, totally. And speaking of trees, each year on the label they have a different tree. And this year it is the 1,000-mile tree, which you might be thinking to yourself, what the heck is that? Well, lucky for you, I did a little reading beforehand, and it was the lone pine tree that was found on the westward construction of the Intercontinental Railroad in 1869. So you'll find that tree specifically on this bottle, and there's even a little guy at the top holding the beer.
Got it close.
Yeah, legend has it that people would try to climb the tree and maybe even enjoy a nice little beer up there at the top of the tree. So yeah, we've got obviously some fun bottles. Let's taste the beer and see if it's a fun beer. Tom, have you had a sip? Tell us what you think.
Definitely. Getting a first sip of this, seeing it a little bit darker than I've noticed in years past. Definitely right away getting a nice kind of brown ale base on this one. Get a little bit of that chocolatiness, not overwhelming, but a nice little base. And then on top of that, I'm getting some spice. It's a little more subtle earthiness, maybe even a spruce tip or something like that. It's giving it some bitterness and some balance on those sweet notes from the chocolate. So some complexity here, but it's also, with that brown ale base, is fairly easy to drink.
Yeah, I agree. As I'm getting a first sip of it, really nice, rich mouthfeel to it, but not over the top, so it's not hard to drink. It's a nice, easy drinking beer. And then, yeah, as you said, there's some nice spices to this, and I feel like every sip that I take, I'm getting a little deeper into that maze of spice that sits really nicely in this beer. And like you mentioned, those play really well with the maltiness, but there's kind of a hop flavor in there that's playing with the spice as well too.
Yeah, I think there's a lot going on here, which is fun. As I said before, kind of approachable brown ales is a nice base point because it is something that a lot of people can like. But for somebody that's looking for a little bit more nuance, you can kind of sit and try and discern the different flavors that you're getting here. For someone less interested in that, hey, it's a nice brown ale.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So, a lot going on for anybody in your family here or, at your holiday table. I think it would go really nicely with a lot of foods and just a fun overall product that only comes out once a year.
Yeah, totally. So if you like brown ales, if you like Christmas ales, if you like ales that have some nice spice to them, this is going to be a good option for you, as will any of these beers that we've shown you today. Stop on in at Elevated Beer, Wine, and Spirits, whether it's one of these beers or another thing that we can help you find. We love to chat beer. Would love to help you put some beer on your holiday table that will be a hit for you and yours during the holiday season. So stop by and see us, White Bear Lake. We also have a location in South Minneapolis. Happy holidays and cheers.